Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
They were waiting outside my apartment. They popped the cherries when I drove in, and then they arrested me and took me to jail. And then they served me the second violation ticket, but then 3 counts for each day of not being home. Now they escalated it, try to charge me with offending or whatever, contravening the Quarantine Act.
Drea Humphrey here with Rebel News. I'm in New Westminster, BC, in front of the courthouse. There was a small little rally that went on here today to support Mak Parhar. Now, Mak has made headlines during COVID in many cases. Actually, back in April even, he made headlines when he was hosting some small gatherings at his yoga studio, and apparently they couldn't find a law to nail him down there. But more recently, he has been charged with 3 counts of breaking the Quarantine Act, and he has been very outspoken about his journey with that on his YouTube channel, and he's been all over the news. Like I said, they love to point out that he's a flat earther and call him a conspiracy theorist. But anyways, I want to show you the clips of interviewing him today, as well as some of the protesters. Not a whole lot had actually gone down as far as his appearance go. It was actually a virtual appearance, but still they gathered here in front of the courthouse anyways, and it was just a discussion about when would the date be picked for his next appearance. But anyways, let's hear from Mak himself, and we're also going to hear from some of his supporters. So I'm here with Mak now. Mak is the man of the hour. I think you're, if not the first, or definitely in this area, to be charged with the Quarantine Act. Definitely one of them.
Yeah, I think it's Chris Guy in Toronto and myself. I actually spent 4 days in jail, though, but I don't know if Chris spent any time in jail.
Right. And so, I mean, they were trying to find a law back in April during lockdowns to kind of get you under wraps, and now they've got the Quarantine Act. But tell us a little bit about what exactly happened. You went away on a trip and then you came back. What were you told when it was time to quarantine?
I went to Flattoberfest in Carolina. I had a great 4 days there. 2 days travel. It was like multiple flights. So you go there, I had like amazing time, like, you know what I mean? Kind of like a holiday visiting friends. So I come back and they hand you a paper on the plane, says, fill out your information and you got to self-quarantine for 14 days. And I handed the paper into the customs guys. So the next day I went on with my life. My daughter calls me and was like, the police are here. She's home alone. She's only 12, and I'm like, what? The cop goes, well, you're not home. There's an $1,150 ticket. I'm leaving you. And I said, whatever. He goes, I'm going to come back, check tomorrow, and if you're not here, you're getting another ticket. So the next day I waited for him. He gave me another ticket. Now he served me personally, and he said, throw the other one away. And he goes, we'll be checking on you more. And then I wasn't home. I just went on living my life. So they wrote another ticket, but he didn't serve it to me because he didn't see me. And then I was out and about, and then Monday night they were waiting outside my apartment. They popped the cherries when I drove in, and then they arrested me and took me to jail. And then they served me the second violation ticket, but then 3 counts for each day of not being home. Now they escalated it, try to charge me with offending or whatever, contravening the Quarantine Act. Well, they can't get money out of you unless there's a contract, a meeting of the minds. So that's a challenge that I'm using right now.
Did you have COVID? Did you have any symptoms or anything like that?
No, never.
Yeah.
No.
So now some would look at your history and say that you have this long history of breaking the rules. So when it comes to this, is this about freedom and rights, or just are you one to not want to follow rules in general?
I mean, that's society right now, right? People that are free-spirited, it's like, oh, you're a rule breaker. Well, did I agree to these rules? When I go play hockey, I'm playing under certain rules. You know what I mean? I agree to rules. It's about did we harm anybody? But if I say, Drea, you can't wear a black jacket on Mondays, that's a rule. How do you feel about that?
Not good. I like this black jacket.
You'd be like, go take a hike, go kick some rocks. So we have to see like who's making these rules and why are we forced to comply. It is about freedoms in a long-winded way to answer your question, right? It's not about breaking rules, you know. I don't go around like break rules just because I want to, because certain rules you break, you actually hurt someone or harm someone, and that's not what I'm trying to do or we're trying to do.
Right. And I guess in closing, how does it feel to have this group of people standing behind you? And what message would you say to people that just don't get this? They see the headlines, you're a flat earther, conspiracy theory. They just don't understand what the point of all this is.
It's great to have everybody here. I mean, that's like helps me out. It's hard enough with all the people behind me and all the support and all the messages I'm getting, but that would be harder. So that's amazing. And that these people also understand it's not just me, it's their freedoms and their rights that were, their business, their livelihood, everybody's being affected, their right to travel, move freely is all being affected. So they're here for themselves.
Right now, they're violating our rights. And if we don't set a precedent now by fighting back on what's happening to him, it's going to start happening to everyone, because that's what we're seeing. Everything that's happening is just going to continue to get worse and worse. I mean, now even I heard that they want to start banning Christmas lights and all that. I mean, where does this end?
You've got your sign here. It's got lots going on there. It's actually got Ezra on there too.
It does.
So what brought you here today to support Mak at this rally?
So why am I even here today? Well, I wouldn't be here except that I was supposed to be in the Philippines with my girlfriend in Boracay on the beach. So I still had the vacation off. I can't use it. I can't carry it over the next year. So what better thing to do than come here and join this rally?
I'm here to support Mak cause and in order to prove to those authorities they cannot control us. They cannot use the oppressive system against us. We know what they are trying to do. They are trying to put fear in the people's minds by controlling their income, using that oppressive system. Is actually they are trying to control people's lives by imposing those COVID regulations onto business owners. By pushing that COVID regulation to business owners don't want they to lose their business and their contracts, so they have to push that regulation in order to maintain their business up and running.
But what about he's a flat earther? That's what all the news is saying, right? Conspiracy theorists. So do they not deserve rights?
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, so let me talk about that. Because, in our country, we have a right to freedom of association and a freedom to belong to groups. Whether we agree with people or not, that's their business. If you want to belong to the Flat Earth Knitters Club, belong to the Flat Earth Knitters Club. I'm not here to judge anybody. If you want to belong to Dogs or Us, whatever group, we have that right in Canada. And, whatever he's in agreement with, I'm not there. It's just not my thing. But it's his thing. And you know what? I give him that.
Really, also what they're trying to do by pointing out this flat earth thing is they're trying to make him look stupid and discredit everything that's going on, right? So if they make him look stupid, then everybody's just going to think, oh, well, whatever, he's just some terrible conspiracy theorist and whatever. So, I mean, it's just all ridiculous.
Well, there you go. You got to meet the first person in BC to be charged with Quarantine Act as far as I know. And you got to hear from some of his supporters and their thoughts. Drea Humphrey with Rebel News. Here at Rebel News, we bring you the other side of the story. Even if you're a flat earther, you've got rights. If you appreciate the independent journalism that we do here, please head to helprebelnews.com. That's where you can donate whatever you'd like to help support our ability to keep bringing you these reports. We appreciate your support.